Have you ever wondered why there is something rather than nothing? This question lies at the heart of one of humanity's deepest philosophical inquiries. The existence of the universe, life, and even our own consciousness points us to bigger questions about the nature of reality itself. Today, I want to explore one of these questions: is there evidence for the existence of God? To do this, we will look at a well-known philosophical argument called the Cosmological Argument, which offers a compelling case for the existence of God. The Cosmological Argument begins with a simple premise: everything that begins to exist has a cause. This is something we observe in our everyday lives. When we see a house, we know that it had a builder. When we plant a seed, we understand that the tree that grows from it must have had something that caused it to grow. This principle applies universally. Things don't just come into existence without a cause. If something begins to exist, it must have been brought into existence by something else. This idea is the foundation of the cosmological argument. The second premise of the argument is that the universe began to exist. For centuries, many people believed that the universe was eternal, that it had no beginning and would have no end. However, modern science has shown that this is not the case. In the early 20th century, scientists discovered that the universe is expanding. This led to the development of the Big Bang Theory, which suggests that the universe had a starting point, a moment in time when everything we know, including time, space, and matter, came into existence. In other words, the universe began to exist. If the universe began to exist, then it must have had a cause, just like everything else that begins to exist. But what could have caused the universe? It couldn't have been something inside the universe itself, because time, space, and matter only came into being at the moment of the Big Bang. Therefore, the cause of the universe must be something outside of time, outside of space, and outside of matter. It must be something immensely powerful to bring an entire universe into existence out of nothing. This description sounds very much like what people throughout history have referred to as God. God, in most religious traditions, is described as being outside of space and time, eternal, and all-powerful. God is not bound by the limitations of the physical universe, but is capable of creating the universe itself. In this way, the cosmological argument points to the existence of a cause for the universe that fits the characteristics of God. Some people may object to this idea and suggest that the universe could have caused itself. But this explanation doesn't hold up. In order for something to cause itself to exist, it would have to exist before it existed, which is a logical contradiction. The idea that the universe caused itself is simply impossible. Others might suggest the idea of a multiverse, the possibility that our universe is just one of many, and that perhaps there are other universes with different laws of physics. But even if this were true, the same question would still apply: where did the multiverse come from? Why is there something rather than nothing? Even if there are multiple universes, there still must be a cause that brought them into being. In conclusion, the cosmological argument provides a strong case for the existence of God. The universe began to exist, and everything that begins to exist has a cause. Therefore, the universe must have a cause. This cause must be something beyond time, beyond space, and beyond matter. It must be something uncaused, something eternal, and something powerful enough to bring the universe into existence. These characteristics point us to the idea of God, a being who exists outside of time and space, who has no beginning and no end, and who is capable of creating everything from nothing. Thank you for taking the time to consider this argument. I encourage you to think deeply about the questions we've explored today and continue your own search for answers to life's biggest questions.